EGM Network.
Welcome to the Lori Davis Show, where it's all about the amazing lifestyle on our Treasure Coast. And here's your host and realtor for life, Lori Davis.
Hello, and welcome to the show. We are so happy to have you here with us today. What an exciting, we always talk about Vero Beach, and I love it, and we just have something really exciting. It's another one of those wonderful places that we have here in Vero Beach. Very unique. You're not going to find one anywhere close by. We love it. It's a beloved spot here within the Treasure Coast and within Indian River County. Recently talking about the things that we have here in our county that you don't have other places, and why do people pick Vero Beach when they can buy a condo or a home anywhere else in Florida? They pick it because of these beautiful things. And recently on our show, we had Coastal Connections, which is an organization that is dedicated to helping preserve and grow the turtle population in town. And on Friday night, I'm going to go with them, and we're going to go out and check out if we can find any turtles laying eggs. Now, where are you going to do that around town? I don't know. Coastal Connections. And then yesterday, we had the Environmental Learning Center, and they are here. They're committed to the health of the Indian River Lagoon. You know, if our lagoon, if our water is not healthy, this whole place, this whole town, this whole county, this whole Treasure Coast is a problem. And because of what they're doing in the stewardship, and they're also about education, they're about, the environment, teaching people how to take care of it, that supports all of us and the quality of our life, the value of our property, just the enjoyment of life here in Indian River County. So at the Lori Davis Show, I really try and focus where I can on those things that are, one, make our community so fabulous, and two, environmentally, there's lots of wonderful things going on. Another unique trend, this is the attraction we're talking about today, and that's McKee Botanical Gardens. So when the McKee Gardens, the history is it was called McKee Jungle Gardens, all right? It was the vision of land developers Arthur McKee and Waldo Sexton. Waldo Sexton we know a lot about. We not a lot about Arthur McKee. But these two guys got together, and they purchased an 80-acre tract of tropical hammock in 1922. They were going to build and plant citrus. Now, the natural beauty was so deep and it was so unique that they decided a new purpose for the land. The two land developers employed landscape architect William Lyman Phillips, and he was an associate from the esteemed Olmsted Brothers firm. That's Central Park in New York. Yep. And what is the Chicago? Anyway, they have a big, beautiful park in Chicago.
Yeah,
so the Olmsted Brothers are responsible for these amazing places. So what we got here was some talent from that same firm. And they were here to design a basic infrastructure of streams, ponds, and trails while they focused their efforts on assembling one of the most outstanding collections of water lilies and orchids, augmenting native vegetation with ornamental plants and exotic specimens from around the world. Waldo Sexton was known to be a guy, he traveled all over the world. Now, I'm assuming Mr. McKee did too, but they brought some really cool things. And we all know Mr. Sexton liked to bring trinkets with him too, because he's got some funky stuff all over this town. It's kind of fun when you run into it, isn't it, Cindy?
Yeah. He was good.
He was a good guy.
Some vision.
Yeah, he did. And his family is still here in the town, taking care of things. But as tourism waned there for the jungle, in the 70s, it closed. So they closed it off. They developed part of it. And it sat vacant for a long time. Fast forward, November 18, 2001, marked the formal dedication of the saved, restored, and newly named McKee Botanical Gardens. So 2001, it's been here. We're about to have our anniversary, a 25-year anniversary this year. So, yeah, that's going to happen in November, and we're going to talk about that with our guests. We have two guests here today that are here representing McKee and some of the amazing happenings in the very near future. But first, we have to thank Chef Scott Vericchio of Citrus Grill House. He always provides us with a beverage. Today, we have a beautiful Cabernet. Now, this Cabernet is a quilt cab. If you follow my shows, you've seen it before, but it is actually one of his top cabs that he sells by the glass. It's great by the bottle. It's quilt. It's just a really jammy. I like my cabs really jammy. I know a lot of people like Pinot Noir. I'm not a Pinot Noir girl. but this quilt, they can't keep it in house. They always have it, but just know it's just one of their top Cabernets that they have. So I will taste it for all of you so that you know.
And it's going to be luscious as always.
It's just my style. It's my style of red wine. Anyway, it's at Citrus Grill House, right there, 1050 Easter Lily Lane. They're located right there at Hummiston Park, right on the ocean. It's beautiful. You can have lunch or dinner there. They have a beautiful outdoor area as well as the inside restaurant. We also like to sit at the bar with Christy and all the guys, all the staff that's up there. You can do that too. It doesn't have to be a fancy dinner, One of his big sellers is his burger. His burger is insanely good.
Yeah.
It's so very good. I always say if it's not fresh, they're not serving it. He's carving up fresh fish every morning. We're getting out the word that starting on the 8th, which is Monday, June 8th, they're going to the prefix menu, which is 2 diners for $25. And you get to pick from probably 4 items. But it's $25 and it's from 5 to 6 p.m. Monday to Thursday. So it's just a great deal. They're trying to keep people, it's kind of for locals, you know. It keeps the restaurant busy, keeps all the staff busy while they're there. And summertime is just a great time to go. So remember that. Thank you, Chef Scott, for the beautiful wine. Now on to our special guests today. First, we have McKee's Aquatic Water Gardens Collection Specialist. That's a mouthful. We have Nikki Wojtowicz. Nikki, welcome to the show. And we have marketing manager Christel Morat. And welcome to the show, Christel.
Thank you. Shorter title.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, right? Yeah, exactly. We got the marketing manager. It's big excitement going on. McKee Botanical Gardens is the upcoming 21st annual Waterlily celebration. And that is going on is it the 13th? It
Correct.
Is Saturday the 13th. Tell us a little bit about that, Nikki.
Well, June kicks off the beginning of our full growth season. Well, we have water lilies that bloom year round. Summer really is the time for them. It's when they thrive, when they're propagating. And so we try to get as many out as we can out of the nursery tubs, out into the garden where the photographers and the people can enjoy them. There's always going to be water lilies in the pond, but that's an opportunity for people to come in, photograph them early. The gates open, I believe, at 8:30 that day.
Yes.
To see me, I have the opportunity to do a repotting demonstration. I believe that starts at 9. We'll do a private tour of the certified collection later in the day. They have plein air artists.
Yes.
And a number of vendors. And as far as the summer goes, June also kicks off when it's a little too warm for us to go outside. Yeah. But in a spot like McKee, where it's so shady, you really get to enjoy the jungle canopy, the breezes that run through it. Yeah. It's just a nice time to celebrate, not only with the snowbirds that are still around, but like you say, the summer visitors, the people who live here year round.
Right. And
get to go out and experience places when they aren't quite as crowded.
Yes.
And get to show off the water lily collection.
Right. And the water lilies, like you said, there's always some water lilies. But so if you've been before, to go on that Saturday, there's going to be a lot more of them out there, right? You're going to go out and add to the collection, right?
So I try to bring out about a dozen from our propagation tubs weekly as we lead up to the celebration.
Yes.
It's basically the plant's opportunity to have its full growth season.
I see.
Before we pull it back and repot it again and check to see if it has, they propagate by tuber.
Okay.
So once the plant has really matured and it's fully blooming, then we go underneath and see if it has a tuber to share, which will continue to produce more and more water lilies of that same variety over the years to come.
Yeah. And so they're not all local. You said you're getting them from around the world, some of these lilies?
Correct. Some of our favorite hybridizers or our favorite hybrids come from here within Florida. We've recently brought in an Australian collection. So those water lilies are all native to Australia and then hybrids that have been mixed from them.
Yes.
We got some seeds in from Rwanda last week. Those are way too tiny to be on display June 13th, but they'll be growing in the back.
Yeah.
And then some of the largest water lilies in the world are maturing in preparation for the water lily weigh off in August, where we test the strength of the lily pad to see how much weight we can put on it.
Yeah. So Christel, tell us about that, because this is kind of fun. We talked about those one of the shows. Tell us about the Water Lily Way Off.
Yeah, so, different gardens try to use creative things to put on the lily pads. And I think last year we used fruit because it's citrus in Florida. But we were saying, why don't we try to put some of our kids on it?
I love that.
So we put my 6-year-old son Lachlan on it yesterday. Nikki is small but very strong.
Yeah.
So she carried him out there to the middle of the pond, and he stood for a little while. He was kind of surfing on it, but then the water started coming on. So she learned a lot about the experiment and what she should do to
What does Lachlan weigh?
About 60 pounds.
Okay, so that's a lot. Like I'm saying, this is not like a small thing.
No.
You're putting a child.
I know.
That can, I just think that's wonderful. One of and that's going to be when the Way Off. Is that public?
It is. It's sponsored by Denver Botanical Gardens.
Okay.
I believe they had about 35 participants last year.
Okay.
And that's in late August.
Okay. All right. That's kind of cool. Think about that. We'll be getting, whenever they do, we're going to know about it. We'll be telling you about what's going on around town. So we'll make sure to include our McKee. Now, there's a certified collection of excellence. It's a distinction held by only 8 gardens worldwide. And McKee Botanical has that distinction. Tell us about that. How do you get to do that? What makes McKee unique for that designation?
We're fortunate that we are able to display our collection year round.
Okay.
One of the biggest parts of the certification or the reasoning for the International Water Garden Society to offer these certified collections is to promote knowledge of, I go out, I know the beautiful plant that I'm looking at is avalanche.
Right.
Christel knows now too, because I'm like, that's avalanche. Foxfire's on the other side. So I can tell the difference between these two lilies.
Right.
But to share that with the public, to be able to interpret it to the public is a large part of that certification, and guaranteeing within the Water Garden Society that, yes, this is a pursuit of our institution. Not only do we want to grow them and have them be beautiful, we want them correctly labeled, and to be able to share that with other people so that they can make their choices as far as what they want to grow in the future.
Right. So much about it's education.
Yes.
Kind of like we were talking about the ELC. It's all there to educate people as well. We're not just out there to look at it, we're going to learn about it and learn what we can do. Nikki, tell us now a little bit more. Well, we talked a little bit about all of the things that are going to go on that day in the Water Lily. We've got, there's a plant sale with local artisans. Do you know about the plein air? Tell us about, do you know what the people are coming in to paint?
Yeah, so we invite it for anyone, really. And they can come in, set up their chair, set up their easel, pick a beautiful spot, create your own Monet.
I love it.
But it just adds to the essence of the festival. Everyone kind of, can come up and watch and see the progression of it. And
so they're watching as you're painting.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is fun. And this is a free event, guys. So you don't have, nobody pays it.
If you're a member.
If you're a member, okay.
Otherwise, $25 entrance.
Okay, all right, that's cool.
Yeah.
And it opens at 8:30 and it closes at 4 p.m. So we've got that.
We have the photography contest also.
Oh, yeah.
That started. So if you take a photograph of a water lily at McKee Garden, you can come in and drop off a photo. And then we have them on display in the Hall of Giants, and we'll have photographers judging them and pick out winners. And then we'll have a People's Choice Award also for that.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. You're going to do the repotting, Nikki, and then the guided water lily tour. So that's probably the educational part of the whole thing. How many people can you do? It's an hour from 11:30 to 12:30 on Saturday.
I can talk pretty loud. And we do have microphones.
Oh, that's good.
Anybody who's ever found me working in the water knows that I will go on forever about the water lilies, and we'll share with them anything that they would like to learn as I'm covered in mud.
Yes.
But to have an opportunity to not only work and talk from where I am,
Yes.
but to walk the collection with people and show them the different things that I find exciting, not just in that one spot where I was, but throughout the garden, is something that I hope a lot of people will attend.
Well, and I think that is the enlightenment that you're going to offer that other people just walking through. I mean, it's one thing to see it, but there's always the educational thing about it. I want to know what's going on. I love that. I love a good tour. I just do.
And we have a lot of different ponds too.
Right.
So people might not know where all the different lilies are placed, and some have been there over a decade in the same spot. So
with your son climbing on it.
Yeah, exactly. I think the lotus are really cool also.
Yes. Oh, yeah, that's right. Tell us about the lotus.
So they are today's Wednesday. They've been blooming for 10 days now.
Okay.
They just started last week. It is not a historical portion of the McKee Botanical Garden, but it is done very well in the watery maze and is allowed by the landscape architect for the season, which lasts about 4 months.
Okay.
And then it's over. But for those 4 months, it tries to eat the watery maze. The plants themselves are
Really?
gorgeous and aggressive and just want to flower right in your face. When you pull up one of the blooms, it's about 7 feet to the ground.
Wow. That's crazy. I mean, I see that there was one of my questions in the end was like water lily or lotus. And I'm like, I don't know if I know what a lotus is. What is it's a water plant,
correct.
Aquatic plant.
So have you ever picture a water lily leaf that looks like an umbrella standing
Yes.
up out of the water?
Yes.
Can't get it wet for all the tea in China?
Right.
That's a lotus leaf.
Okay.
And so a lotus is going to stand very high out of the water. A water lily, Nymphea water lily, is going to be, a tropical will be about a foot above the water.
Yeah.
A hardy will sit right on it more often than not.
Okay. We've learned something about lotus versus water.
And then I learned from Nikki, there's these iridescent orchid bees that come to the lotus, and they're like bright green, and they love hanging out there. So,
and you see those by day?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. There's so much. See, there's so many things you need to see. And, we've all been there. It's time to go again. Like, this is a great reason just to go by again and see all of that at the festival on the 13th from 8:30 to 4. Cindy, I think I'm going to cut early for commercials because we've got some stuff to cover. We'll be right back. We pay for this with commercials. We'll come back because we've got some other things that are going to be going on at McKee that we want to talk about and let you know. There's lots of exciting things going on, and they're fabulous. But we will be back with Nikki and Christel in just a little bit. See you in a second.
Welcome to Riverside Theater's Comedy Zone, where the comedy is wild, untamed, and downright hilarious. Hit the zone this Friday and Saturday night at 6:30 and 8:30 for the Treasure Coast's best live stand-up comedy show, featuring nationally recognized comedians with cabaret-style seating and food and drink table service. Buy tickets at riversidetheater.com and get ready for a night of non-stop laughs.
Hi, I'm Ryan, owner of Treasure Coast Tree and Land Services. When it comes to your property, there's a difference between some guy with a chainsaw and a certified arborist. Don't take chances with your property. Make sure your tree company is certified, licensed, and insured. Call the professionals, Treasure Coast Tree and Land Services. If you're in the IRC, call Treasure Coast Trees.
Don't let a dirty pool ruin your fun. Deja Blue Pool Service specializes in green to clean transformations in Vero Beach. We handle chemical balancing and deep cleaning so you can stop scrubbing. Google Deja Blue Pool Service. Keep it clean, keep it blue.
Evergreen Media is your go-to for podcasting. Business owners, boost your brand by educating clients with your own show. Just show up. We handle everything else. Get your custom video podcast on Facebook, YouTube, and more. Start today at egreenmedia.com.
Finding the right home loan should feel like the last piece of a puzzle. Here in Vero, one name stands out for experience you can trust. Gina Melton at Riverside Mortgage Solutions.
With over 16 years of local expertise, I'm not just a loan originator, I'm your neighbor. Don't settle for an out-of-town lender. Talk to me at 772-205-8880. Call me, Gina Melton, with Riverside Mortgage Solutions.
Riverside Mortgage Solutions is an equal housing lender. NMLS 1712816 and NMLS 87788.
Hello, and welcome back to the show. We have McKee Botanical Gardens. We've got some lovely ladies here in this studio. One of them is Christel Morat. She is Morat. She is the, I get it. I'll
like
get
a rat.
it. I know, Morat. No, I can't think of it like that. I won't. I was thinking Borat, like the movie, whatever. But one of the things that's very exciting that they've got is a commemorative book launch. It's coming out in the fall of this year. It is published by Rizzoli Books, which is very high quality, very high end. It's actually a commemorative coffee table book, but it's going to be beautiful. They do nothing. I mean, Rizzoli does it the highest of standards. The writer is Heather O'Shea. The photographer is Nak Mingo, and she is recognized for her poetic, botanical, and landscape photography. So she's come over, she's taken pictures of McKee, and she's going to be in this book. So it's going to be amazing. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that, Christel? Tell us about this beautiful book, because I think there's going to be a great Christmas gift. I think you're going to sell out. How's that going to work?
Yeah, so it's coming out in October.
Okay.
You can already pre-sale, buy it online now on our website, McKeeGarden.org. But I've seen copies of the first print, and it's nice and heavy.
Of course.
It's really big. And
Yes.
then the photos just tell this beautiful story. And she's captured so many different angles of the garden and different lights and looks so lush. I mean, it just feels like you're in the jungle when you're looking at the photos.
It's magical.
Yeah, but then Heather tells the whole story of the historical that you so lovely told everyone. But, from the beginning of, how it started with Arthur McKee and Waldo Sexton, and then, even the parrots and the monkeys in the jungle.
There were monkeys. We had monkeys.
Yeah.
I couldn't go into it all, but there were monkeys and parrots. It was a jungle.
Exactly.
It was a jungle visit. Yeah.
Exactly. So there's so much history in it, and it is a good Christmas gift. I would definitely recommend it as a Christmas gift.
I love that. And again, like the coffee table books, guys, they're going to be like this thick. They're like this big. You stack them beautiful. You pay a lot of money for them. They're part of the decoration of the table, but they're fabulous. And like I said, Rizzoli is like the top of the line. The ones that they pick to do are really the best and highest quality. So I definitely recommend going to, what is the website again?
McKeeGarden.org.
Okay, and pre-order that, because that would be great. Now, some of the other things, Christel, that are going on, fabulous things, new things, the Jungle Lights expansion in Christmas time.
31 nights.
Thank God.
Yeah, it's grown every year, and people just love it. So we got to keep adding more nights.
I love it.
So from November 30th, I believe, to January 3rd, we will be closed on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. But otherwise, coming every night, 6 to 9.
Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah.
And I mean, it is magical. And you play Christmas music, and they're just, I mean, you walk through and it's so magical. And, it doesn't matter what night I've ever been there. There never seems to be too many people. You know what I'm saying? Like the walkways and the pathways. Everybody has a little bit of space. You got little kids, strollers. You got some people just sit down and enjoy it.
Enjoy some wine or beer in the garden cafe.
Yes, you can do that too.
Meet Santa.
Yes. There's a train.
Yes, the train will be there.
That's always a big.
I know.
I know people love that.
All the kids love it.
And then tell me a little bit about Gilly and Mark. Gilly and Mark, yes, I got that right. Gilly and Mark, the sculpture garden in October. What's going on
so
there?
we're getting their baby animal sculptures, and they're going to be placed out in the garden. That's going to be there for a whole year, from October 2026 to 2027.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Okay, we don't have much time left. I'm going to do a little quick. I like to do my lightning round. I'm going to ask you both a question. Each of you. No, it's easy. It's easy.
Okay.
What is your favorite spot in McKee that most visitors walk right past? Nikki.
Oh.
Is there a spot you love that you think they don't even notice that?
There's too many to list.
Okay. All right. What
The
do you got,
nursery.
Christel. Okay, the nursery.
Oh, well, because they can't go there.
That's right. That's not fair.
I recently did a tour with Kate, and she took me from kind of the main pergola, and then you go left before you get to the big open space. And we always do different displays there. So there's this bird cage, and sometimes we'll put orchids in it or different kinds of flowers. And there's always things on the trees flowering. That's really pretty.
I love that. Water lily or lotus?
Waterlily. And my favorite spot is the Stone Bridge.
There you go.
That's just
beautiful.
so McKee.
It is gorgeous. And yours, water lily
I'm
or
going to go
lotus?
lotus then.
Go lotus.
They're
All
showy.
Right. That's it. Ladies, thank you so much for being here today. We appreciate it. You guys, you need to watch the show, Lori Davis Show. It's on YouTube. It's on Spotify. You guys can be out there. Thank you so much for sharing with us today. Have a wonderful time. I'm not going to be in town for the Waterlily Festival on the 13th of June. 8:30 to 4 p.m. Go on over there. Enjoy yourself. Ladies, thank you again. Come by anytime.
Thank you.
Go by and see that, and just go to McKee if you can, because it's beautiful. There's always something new over there in some little spot you may not have seen. Thanks for being on the show. Thanks for being with us today. Be safe out there, guys, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.